one that gave them the belief.
American team, Jason.
And then they did decent enough at that major to be like, okay, there actually is something here now that we've got underway. And,
right.
and like even gave that interview leading into this major of saying, it feels like we as M80 have hit the next level. We've taken that next step up. And now they just have to prove it inside the server, because that next step for them is surely qualifying to stage 3.
Okay, yeah, that absolutely would be impressive. So M80 looking for revenge against TYLOO. Let's get this battle started together with our betting partner, and let's get into the action. TYLOO going to be starting on that CT side. M80 showing us what they've got on the T side of train. It's day 2 of stage 2 here in Budapest.
Okay, you're going to rush down towards Pop Dog. Okay, looking for that Pop Hall's peak. A lot of footsteps made towards the inner bomb site. You're seeing TYLOO's defense start to shift a little bit nervously. Second player, third player added into this B bomb site defense. I don't know if they'll commit. The bomb is here, but it looks like they're planning on dropping back in towards Pop after making a little bit of noise. They want TYLOO to feel the presence and feel the pressure and have that be in the TYLOO comms. Is careful for this B execute. Jamyoung's got a flashbang prime, but he should get no attention. Just now, T mid is being taken over by M80, and you'd imagine it's going to start picking up. So utility towards the inner bomb site to really sell the fake that they've primed.
Mercury going to be mullied off his position. That's going to keep all those 3 players active towards B. Now they realize it is an A play. Be faked out at that B bomb site. The rotations coming through connector. Lake eventually getting one of those kills, but G boosted on top of his teammate's head, peers over the top of that smoke and gets a double kill. Mazea on the hunt down as well, and it falls to just Slacks and Hex to try and win up this 2v3 with 38 seconds left. Great shot from Mazea. Can he get the follow-up to close out this pistol? No. That'll be G. And look how fired up G is.
Yeah, man, you got to love that. That's a great attitude to bring out right out of the gate. And there's no time to slow down and kind of ease into things when you consider the fact the best of one. So G's getting the boys hyped up. They handle the attack very, very well. This boost up is beautiful. Absolutely magnificent from G with the double kill. Man, I know he gets fired up. I don't know if I've ever seen him quite
I've never seen G that mean, man. Is it because there's no ice cream? Did they say that? They said there was no ice cream. So
yeah, that's possible. He's pissed. There's no vanilla, no cookie dough. Can't have any kind of fun.
And now he's cold. G, a cold killer with a 4K. He holds onto that B ramp push into the site. Yeah, he's loving this start to the game.
Yeah, he's high energy right now is G. So 2-0 for TYLOO. M80 with a complete save in that second round. So the gun's going to be brought out. AK-47s for M80's attack.
Well, straight into the buys, no wasting time. Those 2 rounds very quick, Jason, as we get into the first buy round of train here. A little bit of a bonus. Mercury keeping an MP9, but everybody else on TYLOO has a better weapon available. M80, very quick. Taking Ivy control. Look at this from Swisher applying the pressure, keeping it up. He's got Sin beside him. Flash gets caught, and Swisher down. Sin, important trade, stays committed to the fight and keeps moving forward. Now there's going to be a B push as well. M80 taking fights all across the map, and it's absolutely chaotic, but it's exciting at the moment. Hext, he's got his teammates coming around the backside, and G realizes that he can hear them, and he turns, he stays composed, and he comes away with a kill on Sin.
That's a bomb and CT spawn kind of locked out. Slacks almost has to commit to this fight. Got to swing. G's looking the other direction. Couldn't find the timing, but they have no clue where anyone else is from the TYLOO side of things, and the flankers have now become the flanked.
There's the bomb spotted. Slacks to go down now as well, so Hex has to clutch this up 1v2. It's an interesting call here from M80. Attempting the B split straight down ramp and out through Ivy, but they've lost so many players and put Hex in a really tough spot here. The bomb is not in his possession. It's dropped all the way over towards connector. And TYLOO just taking their time to reset as well and really limit the chances of Hex getting 1v1 fights.
It's really tough to pull off that tactic. TYLOO makes him pay every step of map control. So can Hex piece this together? Bomb is now in his hands. Not ready for the fight. Mercury holding the angle. And TYLOO once again, behind the words of G, getting fired up and playing really well to start this map.
I absolutely love that he yells in English as well.
I know, it is kind of funny.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, G. Thanks for that.
You know, Mazea can speak damn good English nowadays as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's lovely.
It is nice.
She
gets a better insight into. I love the G interviews, man, as well. I love that. Always love getting.
I know he's like free content, isn't he?
He really is.
All right, well, M80 in a little bit of trouble. It's not insurmountable just yet. 0-3 start. Haven't found a whole lot of success. Haven't really been able to get that bomb planted. TYLOO's defense denying them a lot in these opening rounds. This time with Tech 9s, P250s, a little bit of utility for this low buy round for M80. And TYLOO holding on to utility as late in the round as humanly possible, as M80's not applying any pressure. They'd love to bait a little bit out early, but once again, a bit of misdirection. Actually, a lot of this early half so far from M80 has been misdirection. Fakes towards the inner bomb site to hit pop, the mid to B, or I mean the kind of CT wrap towards the B bomb site as well. All of it's been a little bit fakey, and it's not been all that effective.
No, Lake doing some work, at least with the Tech 9, but that quicker play gets shut down all the same. And celebrating every round victory here for TYLOO. I mean, you'd imagine over the recent weeks and months, TYLOO have lost a lot of their energy and their excitement because, you know, you start the season with a win in Serbia. You don't really build on that. And if, in fact, everything just kind of gets worse, especially at your home events as well in China. They didn't perform very well. It's got to be pretty deflating for TYLOO.
It's kind of sad because I feel like the Austin Major was like the peak of Asian Counter-Strike that we've had across like all of Counter-Strike. Remember how excited we all were to get, you know, the Mongols in the finals. You had Lin Vision playing well, get to stage 3. You had TYLOO as well get to that elimination game for qualification to stage 3 and lose to Lin Vision. So you had a bunch of Asian teams performing really well, and we were all pumped to see that region finally happening. Now you have Mongols benching Senzu. Who knows what they're going to look like here. Lin Vision going out 0-3 in stage 1. Now you have TYLOO. So they're really kind of one of the teams that's probably going to have to be flying the banner for the region as they continue this campaign. 9-1 start for G. Alper getting a hot hand early. This seems a bit more aggressive at the start, at least applying pressure more of it at the start as M80. But G's op is in position. Missed shot and now going to try and back away.
M80 a little bit slower this time. Taking the brown holes. Singo to be setting up Lake and Hex for the peak down towards the bottom of the ramp. And no one from TYLOO challenging. No one giving any looks on over. Pretty passive CT setup right now from TYLOO.
Yeah, well, they've handled everything. No reason to be super concerned. And again, you kind of get to sit here and you have G's op that gets deep angles. You have 2 Molotovs and a smoke remaining to drop into these choke points. So as soon as utility flies over the wall, this counter smoke's going to come out from attacker, and it's going to completely negate the utility that M80 has just set up. You imagine M80 is going to want to break this smoke, but what do they find on the other side?
Clearance of the smoke, attacker getting spotted. Lake still going to go down though. Attacker able to react faster, then couldn't get away as Slacks hunts him down. Attacker got a 4v4 with 25 seconds. That's the problem here for M80. Limited time as they come towards G, and he's being fired up, but he's fired away by Slacks. And that utility has missed the mark, but Mosaic still here on the bomb train. Can play spoiler to this round here for M80. Sin may be getting kills, but it's the time that's limited, and Mosaic is so clean with it. 3 kills, and it still will be M80's round. They take him off the top of the bomb train in the dying seconds. Mosaic tries to do everything, but it's still not enough.
Oh man, that is a very close round. Mosaic, if he's able to get back after that 3rd kill, but what a sequence. At least in a losing effort, he does damage and forces M80 to rebuy a lot of the weapons. Easier to manage on the T side, but everything looked great that round for M80 finally. The break of the smoke, trading off this initial kill. Great flashbang to take G off the angle and make every fight he has uncomfortable. A missed molly from the CT side makes things uncomfortable on the bomb train as well. But M80 scraped together their first win.
Yeah, just about getting that one straight into the action. Aggression again here for TYLOO. They're going for it. Oh, attacker's aggressive play has been stopped by Lake. M80 starting to play themselves into this half.
Swing round for M80. You win this one, you take away the economy of TYLOO. All of a sudden that T side can scrape a few more rounds together. That economic break is going to be valuable to them. No money left for TYLOO after this.
And I'm going to imagine that TYLOO's mental is not going to be that strong at the moment. Over the last 13 weeks, 3 months of action, they have had only 4 wins out of 15 games. 2 of which were best of ones, Jason. 1 of them at this event.
I can do you one. I think I can do you one better on that. Like a very similar stat that I looked into as well was like out of the last 10 matches that they've played, they've won 2 out of like 21 maps or something like that. Like TYLOO has just been on an epic run of terrible form.
Epic. At least something's epic. Right
At
now,
least they've got that going for them.
now they can try and turn it around at the most important event of the year. Currently down to 4v5 here. 38 seconds again. M80 running this clock down in the previous round, barely winning it. Need to be careful, even with the player advantage. It doesn't confirm them the victory here with 30 seconds. They've got to get out of the site. Another missed nade. Here goes Sin, sent forward towards Sandwich. Looking to clear at the back of the bomb site. Great kill from Sin. Mercury gone, Wake to follow up. And G, oh my goodness, G, this is incredible. Again, getting his team back into with a multi-kill in the site, and it's put it all on Jam Young. And he just walks into the connector and ends up getting dropped. So Hex, despite the low time, despite G just ripping the heart of his team out, Hex just stays composed and looks towards connector and takes an easy headshot.
Yeah, that's, I mean, actually, I think the critical kill right there is the first one that Sin gets from the Sandwich onto the back of the bomb trend, because that's where that missed Molotov was designed to go. So if Sin doesn't get this kill, man, Mercury can be a really pesky player. But G just continues this form. The hot start that he had continues playing well, almost able to mop up all the low HP players. That's a lovely sequence that almost pulls TYLOO back into the round, but M80 have gained control of this map now. Economy broken for the TYLOO side of things. Unarmored USPs to defend against whatever M80 bring out in this round.
There's a good kill from Lake. Attacker and G. USP's doing a little bit too much at the moment. Oh no, there's another kill offered up. It's Hex gone. And Swisher, okay, nice and clean with the final 3. And none of these rounds are easy and clean from M80, but at least they're going their way.
You know what, but it's not stopping them from smiling at each other and giving fist bumps and just being happy for the win either. Like, you know, you're not seeing them stress being like, oh God, I can't believe it got that close. It's just like happy for every round win they're getting at the moment. Fighting back on this T-side train. TYLOO dropping 3 in a row after that defense looks solid. Still yet to call a timeout. That one round advantage. G's got the op back in hand. They've got one kit on Mercury.
Great timing going through that window. We got Lake dropping Jam Young, losing a very important player early on. Again, Jam Young hasn't had the greatest start to the map here individually.
No, and these past 2 rounds, past 3 rounds really have been all opening kills for M80. They've started doing a much better job of finding that initial frag, and it's a lot of it has been some aggression from TYLOO. This, the push up lower ramp. Previously it was a push up pop dog as well to find M80 or to give M80 an opening kill.
Look at G score, bro. He's 14-4. It's so insane. You need someone else around him to step up here for TYLOO. Right now, M80 feeling comfortable, starting with the advantage and slowing things down again. They could be quite quick at the start of these rounds, getting involved in the early fights, and then just hitting the pause button.
Well, the bummer about losing that initial kill in these past few rounds, if you're TYLOO, is that look how much like space it's giving M80 to kind of work the map. It's giving them the ability. It's giving them their opening stage to set up in the box halls and the brown halls and pull off that execute. Now they get countered. A nice timing on TYLOO to cheat a 3rd defender over to the bomb site. They dump utility on the exec, so M80, they need to spread back out, look for their flank, and they might choose to re-aggress, but that's a lovely push to throw a little bit of chaos into the mix.
Yeah, Lake gonna be frustrated. Was reloading, looking into the wall there, so ends up getting caught on that ramp push, so the numbers are now even, and M80's plan is obviously being thrown out of the window, and Mercury's gonna clear the brown halls and realize it's clear. Alerts his teammates on the A bomb site. The fight is coming your way, and Mazaya, an important double kill. As he's dropped that bomb as well. Sin hunting him down, finally getting rid of him, but they have to get back to the bomb, and there's just not enough time. And he would have to play for elimination, and they're not going to give him that chance. So Sin goes to the actually pick up the bomb just in time, but they can run him down. They can stop him now, and Mercury will do it out of Pop Dog.
Yep, that's entirely just a disjointed attack. Give all the credit over to TYLOO's read of the situation. And that's not the first time they've kind of leaned towards that inner bomb site and cheated that player over a little bit early. It seems to be something that they're looking to do against M80, just having that 3rd guy there just in case. But with the 3rd player, it's what gives, you know, the chance for this follow-up piece of aggression for Mercury. The initial push from Jam Young doesn't go anyway, and they think that's going to be it. And then Mercury gets some courage and makes the move happen, and he's the one that throws this round to hell. So TYLOO back to the winning ways, losing quite a bit in that round.
When they come out into the side lakes, Tech 9 going for it. Mercury going to clear up from just in behind that E-box. Here comes Slacks. And they've actually gone away, so he doesn't get an easy fight just to try and equalize some of those kills out. He moves forward now and cutting down Jam Young. Molotov should clear out that corner as well, and
I don't think he got it off.
He didn't get it off. No, he died just before he threw it. So Mercury was able to stand and still be an issue inside of Khan. And you've got G protecting him on the cross, but G just gets wrecked. Sin's peak with an AK beating out the AWP on the angle. And now Mercury on low HP. They know where he is. They know that he's pinned in that corner. And Mercury to be cleared out with utility and bullets from the Tech 9.
I think Sin just gave a little sigh there. That's a lovely shot on the G. Very tough angle to just swing into and be ready for. That's a nasty shot. I think even he realizes he might have gotten away with one a little bit there. But a hard-fought round win for M80 outside. Just playing the trade game. Good utility to flash the initial defense off the angle. Player top red, attacker has to drop off and just gets wrecked. Mercury somehow manages the double kill, but that's the swing kill. That's the one that puts it in complete control of M80. And tough circumstances for TYLOO. A round win into a round loss, and you're back to unarmored USPs.
There's the push out from Slacks, Lake, and Hext. Clearing out the TYLOO defense, making it look easy. And we have now got a tied game. And considering the start being 4-1 up here for TYLOO so quickly into the game, it's impressive to see M80 close the gap in gun rounds like this.
Yeah, very pleased if you're very pleased if you're M80 right now. You feel like you've got enough rounds to make the second half very doable. Everything after here is kind of a bonus in terms of just making your life easier. Final kill goes the way of Sin. It's tied up at 5.
Well, some Ivy pressure coming our way, Jason.
Yeah, well, they're going to contend with G's op. Mosaic just picked that up and dropped it over to him. G's going to pass him an M4 in return, so it's going to hurt some of the utility that can be brought out across the board. And let's see what this Ivy play looks like, because we saw M80 go for the CT wrap to the B bomb site earlier that didn't really pan out. We'll see if they go for slow pressure or some kind of an execute like that.
I just had a nice sip of my cold Monster, Jason.
Ice cold Monster.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Monster for supporting the Budapest Major as well, 2025.
Which one are you working with there?
Full of energy. I'm using the new, or rather I'm drinking the new Lando Norris flavor.
Okay.
Zero sugar, Jason. You'd love that.
Sure. That's a hockey player?
No, it's a Formula 1 driver.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know, oh, yeah, it's okay. Hey, Formula 1's popular these days in your part of the world.
It is.
He didn't get to race, though.
It feels like it's popular everywhere, really.
I don't really want to do Formula 1 commentary while I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already been done.
It's enough on Formula 1.
All right, let's get into it then, shall we? Round 11, timeout's been had. Let's see if TYLOO can get back to some success, or if M80 could round out this first half 7-5 up. And we've got Sin getting aggressive, but aggression from the CTs, and it's G to come out on top with his AWP. But look at this, Lake running through the sandwich smoke. They catch it and they slow it down, and M80 crumble.
Yeah, I think he's just surprised there to be that many people. I think he's probably expecting, say, okay, if you're going to push up that close to the off, he might be the only one. Maybe I can take this gap, but there was actually 3 players ready to defend against middle. However, Mosaic was left unguarded. Nobody had that little alley behind the 6 train, so 1 kill is there, but it's a 2 versus 4, and Slacks is already brought low, so all the work falls onto Swish's shoulders, and he can get nothing done. So despite the great fight back from M80 in this half, they've never been able to gain the lead. They're evening things up, keeping it close, but TYLOO always takes that 1 extra step.
And they won't in this half. You know, best case scenario is a tied scoreline now for M80. 6 rounds T-side train, though. You're going to be feeling good about that if you can get it.
That means a lot to them, too. It's the second timeout taken from M80 in this half. So they want to talk things over again. I would have thought maybe they would have saved the second one for the next half, considering they've been able to get a decent amount of production. But Def is saying, bring me the 6th. Wants as many as possible.
I guess their idea is they know this is the more difficult half. Just try and maximize your success in it. And I think when you've got an opportunity to get 6 rounds T-side after having a slow start as well, it's not like you won the pistol and were able to convert it. You know, you had to do it the hard way.
Well, I wonder if he actually called a timeout to like call a pocket strat, like call a tactic he actually just has in mind. We'll see if they go for some kind of an executor, if it's more a default to see what they can spread out and see what kind of defense they're looking at. Sin and T mid. Lake and Hex to take box controls.
G's all over the place with this AWP. This time unable to get the opening kill for TYLOO, so it's Jam Young nipping through the brown holes, coming away with Lake.
And again, here's that 3rd player. That flash to set that up. They have to have known, okay, 2 players at the B bomb site right now means there's only 2 outside, but unfortunately, Swisher, Sin, and Slacks, none of them are in any kind of position to make a play off of that intel passed over. So Slack's gonna make them nervous about Ivy. Molotov and Smoke to give the indication they want to progress. Attacker and Mosaic both dedicated there. And now with the silence, Mosaic just decides to get a little bit of courage and start stepping forward for information. He's going to see it entirely clear. Oh, TYLOO has the wrong read, though. They think this means it's going to be an inside hit. Meanwhile, M80 just contact walked out main. There's no indication this is coming. No utility has been thrown. So M80 is about 3 steps ahead. But the real X factor is Mosaic's flank. But he, too, is going to flank the inner bomb site. TYLOO, they just have the complete wrong read of the situation, and they have abdicated the outer yard entirely.
Now, Mosaic's flank is currently being watched by Slacks as well, and he just wins the fight regardless. That's a clear from Mosaic. That opens up a great opportunity for TYLOO to get back into this now in the retake.
And he's going for a reposition back to Ivy as well.
Swisher having to fight on 2 fronts. You can see it looks a little bit uncomfortable, but that'll certainly help matters. Make it 3 fronts as the Ivy player comes back in. Like you just mentioned, Mosaic finding further impact here. Falls to Hex and Sin. 7 HP on Sin. 40 health left on Hex. Can they pull this back? It's all on Hex. Out from Pop Dog. Straight to a kill. That defuse tap, but not stuck yet. Now they're going to hold it. Now they're going to pull it through. And it will be an extra round secured at the end of the half here for TYLOO. They have a 7-5 lead over M80 on trade.
Backside. Yeah. I got blocked. 3, 2, 1, go. Camera 1. Flashing side.
I don't see.
I have hell. Bomb train off. Dead.
E-box dead. 1 HP. Dead.
B player.
1 alive. So for a second.
Wait, Fritz will clip up.
Nice! Fucking go,
Take
bro.
gun, take gun. Yeah. Insane.
7-5 lead for TYLOO. They now switch to the T side. We'll get the second half going with our betting partner. And let's get into the pistol round. Straight into the fight. We've got Slacks all the way out towards the E-box. There's going to be Mosaic taking the first couple of kills here for TYLOO. That's important space taken, but then shots back from Sin. Hex gets involved as well. And it looks so good for TYLOO initially into this pistol, but M80 right back to it. And they win the defensive pistol round.
Man, that's a quick recovery. That's an opening 2 kills, 3 versus 5, and then Sin and Hex pop off. Lovely job in the recovery of the pistol. That might be exactly what M80 needed to actually gain the lead in this match. No matter how close they've kept it, haven't been able to overcome TYLOO. This might be the little bit of a bonus and boost that they need. No bomb plant means likely going to be a save for TYLOO, and indeed it will be. So should be an easy thing to get things 7-7, and that first gun round is going to dictate who grabs the lead for this second half.
Yeah, you can hear Lake getting excited though as well, because that was a 3v5 conversion from M80 down to just 3 players and still able to win the pistol round so quickly, flipping it back in their favor. for TYLOO, not close to a bomb plant, so no good force buy here in the second round, which will allow M80 to tie the game up.
And obviously, in the best of one, you don't want to lose both pistols. So for M80, just grabbing one of them is a very, very nice thing to have. Because of the lack of bomb plant and the knowledge that this is going to be against likely pistols, or if anything, armor and, you know, upgraded into Tech 9s and Deagles, defense is playing pretty passive. You have some players close to choke points just peeking for deep information. Swisher is jiggling towards Pop. Lake is jiggling towards T-Mid. They just want to hold on to the timing of when TYLOO's actually moving into these parts of the map. And TYLOO's using this as a free timeout, allowing M80 to spend as much utility as possible, burn all the smokes and Molotovs. They'll come in and get wiped out when they feel good and ready, you know?
Yeah, once they've had an ample amount of time and trained enough resources, bum rush to your death. Take a quick look on over on the A stream. I got Passion UA taking on 3D Max over there.
How the Passion boys doing?
It's also Train. They're playing Train. It's 8-2 for 3D Max in the lead.
Okay, so not good.
That's 8-2. 9-2 on the T side of Train as well. 3D Max winning on the T side. Jason not looking too pretty right now.
No, that's
a Passion UA.
That's a bummer for the Passion boys, but on the other hand, I'm happy to see 3D Max coming in today and handling business. They're one of the teams I want to see have a cool, strong performance at the major. I don't want to be talking about 3D Max over like, oh, they choked or they came in flat or didn't perform. I want to just kind of be able to see what they do and just kind of say this is the level they're at. So that's at least nice for 3D Max. Lake gonna get close up towards T-Main. Hex chucking out utility inside. Mercury and Jam Young on the TYLOO of TYLOO are going to take control of box halls. G Mazea going to join up with them. It almost looks like TYLOO's just already kind of descended into a hit towards this B bomb site right out of the gate. Swing to make sure that nobody's kind of inching up Pop Dog or close for any kind of a fast flank. Problem for M80 right now is that third defender of supportive element that would rotate over to help Hex and Slacks. Very far off. It's Swisher, and he's over at E-Box. Oh, that's early. Early on that Molotov. Little bit of a panic.
We got Hex now peeking out into the side. It's going to be Mazea to drop Hex. Jam Young to follow up. Great kill coming in from Jam Young. A 4v3 for TYLOO, make it 4v2, and sharp shooting. Here comes the flank. It's the last-ditch effort from Lake. He hasn't arrived in time to deny the bomb plant, and now he's been spotted so they can turn and deal with him. And Sin's just nowhere near the action here. So TYLOO reclaim the lead of the game. A simplistic hit on that B bomb site. They only lose one player, and TYLOO are going to feel good about that.
Yeah, I mean, the M80 had the right read in pretty decent positions in a pretty decent setup. I just think the timing of when the players chose to peek, Hex kind of gets caught with a jiggle. I think he was frustrated maybe because he didn't get the timing on the first player coming out, so tries to make up for it by a peek, but his position had been given away. Means his teammate inside of the bomb site couldn't get much done. MP9 protecting the upper run out isn't going to be super effective. So, yeah, just the pieces in the right place, but not very effective whatsoever. And TYLOO with simplicity. Yet again, as soon as M80 tie it up, they just keep taking that next step to maintain a one-round lead. 1-1 game here in stage 2. Nobody is eliminated or qualifies to the next stage. These will be the last best of ones of stage 2 of the Budapest Major as well.
A good thing for M80 that they played Aurora in the opening best of one. Obviously, it's a tough opponent, but it means you can't get them in the 2-1 game, you know?
Yeah, that was something that players have started being pretty vocal about over the last few majors is, yeah, like it always sucks like when you get put in a position where you're facing off a team that you're likely to go 0-1 against, but the benefit is you get to the end of it and you can't play the best teams in the series play to qualify or being eliminated. So yeah, there's that kind of silver lining that you have to latch onto in a loss. And obviously that only helps if you eventually get to those, 2-1, 2-2 series play.
Yet to be seen who is going to be going 2-1 out of this game. TYLOO in the lead again of the game. M80 still with a decent buy, but nothing special. They've got an MP9 for Sin. Hex having to go do it for Mars. They're going to go for a flash play out of Ivy, sending Sin on the peak forward with this MP9.
Yeah, and at least they get some information off of it. Nobody's even home, even deep back towards T-spawn to spot that utility from Sin. So already M80 have a leg up in the intel department. Now they have to get a leg up in terms of the rotation to defend this B bomb site because it's Hex on his own at the moment. Nobody has shifted, and in fact, they're even further entrenching themselves. Just now, Slack's Sin, considering the fact that the B bomb site is likely under pressure, but again, a lot of MP9s and FAMAS to defend against this.
It's going over the top. Here goes Attacker. Jam Young. Only one kill here for the T side as they try and sprint into the bomb site. Some space being taken here by Mosea, but remember how low he is.
No
on
one's
health.
watching for this.
Yeah, no one is checking towards him. In fact, he's got all the way in behind, but he can't go into that fire. He can't tank any damage, and he's just waiting for his opponents to walk into his crosshair, and unfortunately just never gets that opportunity. All of his teammates go down inside of the site, and they realize, okay, well, let's have a quick look to see if Mosea is around.
I think he's just spoiled for choice. Like, he heard Hex fire from behind the first train, and then he heard the M4 from, you know, right above him at Conan on that train, and then obviously late coming around through CT spawn just catches him by surprise, but he didn't know which one to attack, especially as you mentioned with the low HP. Great timing on the rotation. This time the defense much more poised, much more prepared and comfortable in the fight selection that they take. A lovely round altogether from M80, and once again they've tied things up, but can they finally convert it into a lead? Would be a great round to deliver it. TYLOO's out of money after this. You'd take a 9-8 lead and you'd knock the economy off kilter for TYLOO's attacking side.
And TYLOO staying slow for the time being. 1 minute left on the clock. They haven't made a move. Waiting with utility pins pulled. And they send them into the sky. There's the smoke going out for G. He's got flashes ready to go as well to try and pop his teammates out into the A bomb site if that's where they want to go. That sandwich smoke deployed. 45 seconds, not a whole lot of time here for TYLOO, but they're getting in position ready for the A play. You got Jam Young waiting at Pop Dog. Attacker now getting set up to go out of T-Main. The smoke and sandwich broken at the right time here for M80. Great work from Swisher. Swipes away Attacker, and Jam Young gets stuck on the ladder with nades in his hand. And Mosea Mercury, the M&M combo, making their way in towards the A bomb site. There's 20 seconds on the clock, and the bomb has just gone down. G in a tough spot now with his AWP.
He's going to save. He's going to save. There's no way you can do this. You have to back off. There's no other money that available. This is going to be the best weapon you have, and anything that can deal damage into the next round. What a great hold from M80. Stop them cold. Decent trading from TYLOO coming out, but the double kill from Swisher is a big, big difference. And M80 dropping F-bombs as they're putting rounds on the board. It's 9-8, and that win lets them grab control of this map. Finally, after this entire battle, coming back into things and keeping things close, trading blows, they have control in terms of the scoreboard, they have control in terms of the economy, in terms of the weaponry in this next round, and they can start building upon that lead.
All right, well, that is a huge round to win at this stage of the game for M80 because it's gotten rid of the money as well for TYLOO. They're down to Tech 9s and a Deagle. At least they've still got that saved AWP from G, but it's got to be the key to unlock these rounds. And he's going straight up against Slacks early on.
Yeah, you imagine a double peek, right? The Deagle's going to go first. Is Slack's going to take the shot, or is he going to wait for the follow-up? Okay, now he's got to give it up. The Deagle actually grabbed the angle anyways. So the AWP won't re-peek back into that. G has the line if they want to progress down Ivy.
Well, it feels like they don't really have any other options available to them for the time being, but that smoke has come down. I'll slow things down for TYLOO, whether they like it or not.
Mercury's got smoke, flash. I wonder what his plan is of what to smoke off. Camera, perhaps?
Flash into Ivy. Oh my! Well, that's
Holy
one way
shit.
to get a couple of kills for TYLOO, isn't it? G and Mosea. AWP, Deagle shot, M80 cut open, and here they come. TYLOO flooding through.
Oh, Hex, yeah, he knows he needs at least a double.
Good shot from Hex. Attacker gone. G is the next. Can Hex get him as well? They double line up. Mazea's up, finding success this time around. There's the Tech 9 of Jamyoung, keeping it heavy here for Sin, and he just can't fight on multiple fronts. TYLOO have arrived on the B bomb site, and this was the moment. This was it for M80. And they should have been up 10-8.
And it doesn't even feel like they did anything super wrong, right? Like the flash peek in towards Ivy after the smoke clears, just TYLOO patiently waiting behind it. The whole idea was Ivy, so everyone was still there. And what a great shot with the Deagle to take down the AWP. G's AWP takes down the rifle peeking. That is the worst possible sequence of events for M80 as soon as they grab the lead. It's tied right back up on a round where all that they bring into it is an AWP and pistols. And 2 kills in sequence is way too devastating to recover. And your heart sinks after this round. Look at the money for M80 now. It's them who are in financial issues. Free upgrades across the board for TYLOO.
Yeah, this could be the moment. This spells the end for M80. Those kind of rounds can really knock you off the horse. We'll see if M80 can get back on. I mean, this is a reminder that they used up so many timeouts. You brought this up in the first half, Jason. M80 were burning timeouts, just trying to get T rounds on the board.
Yeah.
If it gets tough here in the second half, that's one of those rounds that really frustrates you. Leaving the AWP back in spawn here. They had 2 AWPs, one of them carried over.
Yeah, what a luxury. Look at the buy on the other side. They'd love to have just a spare AWP they could chuck away. Oh, double nade. Lake down to 18 HP on this piece of aggression he's trying to bring out. They want to crunch in towards box halls, but with Lake being this low on health, he's got to be the second portion of the attack. And what a great job. He baits it perfectly. M80 executes it perfectly. And they now have a 2-man advantage.
All right, we're getting a little crazy here on the server. Train is delivering in the dying moments. We have got M80 bouncing back with weaker weapons, putting TYLOO into a 3 versus 5. Now, this round is still doable for TYLOO. They've got the bomb in their possession. They've got plenty of time left, and they've got better weapons on the 3 remaining players. So let's see what TYLOO can do in this scenario. Smoke down for camera. Attacker, G, Mercury, together heading towards the brown holes.
Well, that's their final play. And they're going to want to keep it quiet as long as possible. So I imagine just a drop down. Yeah, now footsteps, but no utility. They're in the bomb site. Hex has no idea. Caught off guard, but recovers in time. Mercury the next swing, and Hex has that as well. Finally taken out by G in a 1 versus 3.
Well, he's got the AK out now instead of the AWP. 30 seconds on the clock. Sees the legs. Oh, doesn't seize the chance of the headshot, though. Grenade landing towards him. G dodging. He's got the help to sustain the damage, but just couldn't get the fight he was looking for. And that is a massive round to bounce back with for M80.
So much credit to Lake. The small details. Double naded down to 18 HP. Tucks into the cubby down in pop. Avoids the detection. Avoids getting shot down and killed easily. Lets his teammates pushing low ramp be the contact play. And man, does he help them clean up. A lovely round with an aggressive piece of attack towards box halls. And that's M80 making a very bold decision when their backs are against the wall, because losing that one with the force buy would have put them in such a difficult place to actually win this map. Now they've got a great chance at it.
Well, coach choking, having his say now. Not happy with what he's watching. He was a player standing for them earlier this year in that event we were talking about that they won out in Serbia. He had to play the majority of the tournament. As this man on your screen, G, couldn't attend until the playoffs.
Former pro player himself, though. He slid right in, didn't he?
He was fragging out as well. Had a couple of great performances.
All right, well, 10-9, round 20. TYLOO shoves their chips all in. AWP on G, AK-47 on Jamyoung, pistols, and a MAC-10 outside of that. So all the money shoved into this round, and TYLOO still keeping it. I can't tell if they just want to keep it simple or if they just have a pretty limited playbook on this map, but it's been a lot of just grouped up hits towards this B bomb site, and I think M80's starting to get a sense of that.
Yeah, and you see Hex just dropping the nade. Oh, it's beefy as well. 3 players taking damage from it. And he just blocks out ramp with the smoke. They're not seeing any presence towards A, which makes Lake feel like he can come back to this B bomb site. He's not coming alone, though. He's bringing his teammate in Sin over to have a little look. And here they come, diving out. TYLOO flooding the B bomb site. Quick clearance. That's Hex going down to a MAC-10 of all weapons at that range. Sin trying to make up for it, but M80, they conceded the B bomb site, and it comes down to a retake here.
This is going to be sketchy. That's a massive kill. That's the AWP hitting the deck. Swisher's still got to play it patient, though he knows that AWP can be recovered. Lake is going to come in very, very late after this smoke clears. So M80 is going to allow as much time as possible for utility to fade and get the rest of the team involved in the retake.
Lake waiting, smoke fades. There's a kill. Swisher also picking up one. And now it is Attacker and Jam Young. Left with just Attacker. His Deagle hides behind the oil train, looking to light things up ablaze. He's got himself a second, but not much more as Lake floods in, and it's going to be a defuse being stuck. The time was ticking. It was getting real close, but M80 able to close it out and head to 11-9.
Thankfully, Lake had one of the kits because recovering the other kit at the bottom of the ramp, and then, I mean, that could have been a real disaster if he wasn't the one with it. Nice retake, but a very tough scenario. M80 don't want to deal with those kinds of situations very much towards the end of this game. 11-9, just 2 rounds away, and it's M80 who now call their final timeout. So both teams burn all the timeouts necessary in regulation to get to this point.
Nice, boys! Insane! Let's fucking go.
And it all starts with that kill. I mean, imagine if G is alive at the upper ramp with that AWP, or at the upper position. Like, how do you actually retake that bomb site in that kind of a scenario with an AWP just taking pop shots at you? The plant helps. 3 kills helps. It makes TYLOO feel like this is possible to once again force by 3 Galils and AK-47.
This is it for TYLOO. To lose this round, and M80 are very likely to get their revenge from the Austin Major, where they lost 13-9 against TYLOO on train. We've got Mercury heading outside just behind that sandwich smoke. Look at this Jam Young play, though. Straight down into B. All that pressure outside was a ruse to keep M80 occupied, and so successful in dropping Hex, this Jam Young.
You have to save this round. You can't go for this. You can't lose everything. And Mercury's just disappeared. What a cheeky way to get one round. TYLOO just taking advantage of the fact that M80 playing solo Hex quite frequently at this B bomb site. They noticed it in the previous round with the Tech 9s that Hex was playing passively as the solo defender. Now they just attack right into him. And while everyone from M80 is occupied trying to stop an outer rush, they're fighting ghosts. Easy waltz into the B bomb site for a 10th round. Well, that was quick.
That was a very quick round.
Yeah, that was a very fast round.
Well, really important round to win that for TYLOO as well. And great that they won it so convincingly, because it allows that money to get some legs underneath it, getting into the final few rounds of regulation here on train. This game is still all to play for.
Good shot from Jam Young. Nice opening. Yeah, frustration. It's happened a couple times to Hex in that same position throughout this half.
Round 22 begins. We got Galils, an AK-47, an M4 for TYLOO. Still a couple of weaknesses here. Well, let's see if TYLOO can tie this game up. That B-bomb site has been pretty frustrating for Hex. They've now got Sin over there. Hex could be playing more of a rotated role over towards Connector instead in this round. Rather, Slacks is playing over towards B.
Yeah,
he's got himself a pick on Jam Young.
Change up in the defense, right? If you think you're going to keep coming in and attacking Hex and having him be solo and attacking into an M4, we're going to catch you off guard with an AWP. Nice tricky way to find an opening pick from the AWP. And Slacks is going to stick around at the B bomb site as well, not willing to give TYLOO that similar weakness once again. Lake and Swish outside, both focused towards Pop Dog. Lake kind of juggling in between and Sandwich.
Under a minute on the clock.
That's a sound cue given up, though. Swisher just dropped off the boost.
Well, he's backed up all the way to the red train, which is where he found some impact earlier in this half. Lake, look at this wall maneuver. He just goes down. Attacker taking Lake out, so the aggressive move does not pay off into the smoke. 44 seconds left. M80 have lost the advantage, and TYLOO are coming at them on this A-bomb site for the finish.
Man, too much out of Lake. That gives such an opening over. You need to clean up this low HP kill, but Swisher doesn't want that fight. He is red. There's going to be a flank coming in, but if Slacks and Swisher can't create something, there it is. Now all of a sudden you can go for the flank, and you will.
Oh my god, brilliant time to get a wallbang going your way here from Slacks. That opens things up entirely. TYLOO fall to just 2 players, and Hex flank is successful. We've got Attacker and Mosaic trying to stay pinned in this post plant. You still got a lot of ground you need to make up if you're M80, and they're both coming up through camera now. There's the info on the position of Mosaic, but he's still going for the second. He's got his teammate around, still at T-Con. Attacker may be low, but he's still a threat in that time. It is ticking as TYLOO have to get to the defuse. They've got to stop it, and Attacker isn't peeking. M80 hold on, and they pull off the retake to go to map point.
Oh man, Attacker had to commit to that swing. He didn't have the HP to kind of jiggle back and forth. This is an incredibly tough map so far for M80. 12-10, but 2 of the last 3 rounds have been these really close retake attempts that felt so unlikely. Getting this kill, how fortunate.
Huge kill to get.
Lovely game knowledge to spam into the position of Mercury. It opens up everything in a heroic stand for Swish, defending the diffuser.
That's the practice and the serve, the off time, the theory crafting, figuring out the wall bangs has come to play here in a big moment at the Major. M80 12-10 up over TYLOO. They have them on the ropes. Can they take this map and go 2-1 here in Budapest? TYLOO gonna slow down, take control of the brown holes. It Slacks once again starting at B, just as he did in the previous round.
Yeah, and he had a very similar shot. This time he missed it. This time Swisher's gonna get Attacker coming through the smoke in towards teammate. It was Lake who gave up that kill previously, and I think now if you're M80, you gotta know what's coming.
Another great shot from Slacks coming into his own over the last couple of rounds. And it looks like it's going to be enough here for M80. Hex and Slacks taking kills and closing. It is M80 who lost to TYLOO in Austin, but they won't let that happen in Budapest. They get revenge on Train, and they go 2-1 in stage 2.
Yeah, the difference 6 months makes, the step up in confidence, the words from Lake that, hey, we've hit the next level. This team has risen to the next level, and we can bring the fight to them. That is a nice rebuttal after losing at the previous major. So M80